Hello and welcome to Herald TV News Bulletin with me, Valentin Dish. On 3rd December, lakhs of devotees are expected to converge to Old Goa to celebrate the feast of San Francis Xavier. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, Pro-Prefect of the Dicastery for Evangelization in Rome, will be the main celebrant at the Grand Concelebrated Feast Mass at the Feast of St. Francis Xavier in the state. Archbishop Philip Neri Ferrao and other bishops and priests will join him at the Holy Eucharist.
Lakhs of devotees and pilgrims from all parts of India and abroad are expected to participate in the masses on the feast of St. Francis Xavier. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, Pro-Prefect of the Dicastery for Evangelization in Rome, will be the main celebrant at the Grand Concelebrated Feast Mass. Cardinal Antonio was received at Mopa Airport by Philip Neri Cardinal Ferrao on Saturday. The Mass timings for the feast of St. Francis Xavier in Old Goa, Goa in 2024 are: Morning, 3:45 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7:15 a.m., 8:30 a.m., 10:30 a.m., High Mass in English. Afternoon evening Masses will be at 12:15 p.m., 3:30 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., and 6:15 p.m., English. The veneration of the holy relics of St. Francis Xavier will continue at the Say Cathedral as usual from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pilgrims who have come from India and Goa are having a good experience at the exposition of St. Francis Xavier. Besides having a glimpse of the sacred, experiencing the aura of St. Francis Xavier and receiving favors through Saint, they say the arrangements for the exposition this time have been very good, right from the parking, sanitation and the queue system. Francis Xavier, though originally from the royal family of Navarre, Spain, educated in the University of Paris, was ordained a priest in Venice. He was converted by the words of Jesus, "What does it profit a man if he gains the whole world for himself but loses his soul?" as told to him by Saint Ignatius of Loyola, who along with Saint Francis Xavier became the founders of the Jesuit order. Xavier came to India on a papal briefs of his mission by King of Portugal John II. He arrived in Goa via Mozambique on 6 May 1542, 482 years ago. On 21 November 1552 he fell ill at Sanxian Island while on his way to China and died on 2 December 1552. On 11 December 1553 his body was brought to Goa. On 12 March 1622, Francis Xavier was declared a saint. The first exposition of the relics of St. Francis Xavier was held in the first exposition of the body of St. Francis Xavier in Goa was held in 1782, for 3 days between February 10th and 12th. The exposition was held to dispel rumors that the Jesuits had taken the saint's body and left an empty casket behind. It is only after 1964, after liberation of Goa, that expositions began to be held every 10 years. This is the 28th exposition of the relics of St. Francis Xavier, one of the revered saints of the Catholic Church and the protector of Goa, affectionately known by all as Goencho Sahib.
In a surprising turn of events, the Dargal Panchayat body expressed its support for the Sunburn EDM festival during the Gram Sabha held on Sunday. The villagers stated that the 3-day major festival would not impact the village. They also dismissed concerns about drugs, referencing government assurances that Goa does not promote drug activities, whereas a huge protest took place outside the Gram Sabha hall, expressing dissent in holding Sunburn festival, citing that it will destroy the village, youth and its environment.
On Sunday, Dhargal villagers faced a division amongst themselves, as few villagers showed support to the controversial Sunburn festival, whereas those opposing the festival gathered outside the Gram Sabha hall, along with activists and MLA Praveen Arlekar to protest against the festival. The Panchayat on Sunday showed support in holding the festival in the village. The villagers stated that the 3-day festival would not majorly impact the village, emphasizing that it offers entertainment and is a unique art form. It will provide a boost for the taxi operators in their business. They also dismissed concerns about drugs, referencing government assurances that Goa does not promote drug activities, while noting that liquor is commonly available throughout the state. On the other hand, activists have slammed the Panchayat body for showing support, stating that every corner of Dhargal will turn into a hub for drug peddlers to sell drugs, and this will predominantly affect the youth of Dhargal, as the state does not have any rehabilitation center for drug addicts.
रिहॅबिलिटेशन सेंटर जे आपण झिरो असा गोंयांत झिरो असा भारना खूप मेळटली होलसेल खूप मेळटले ड्रग्स दिवपाक नंतर जंक्शनां खूप मेळटली अंडरग्राउंड खूप मेळटले पण रिहॅबिलिटेशन स्थळाचे सगळ्या ग्रामस्थांना नमन करता आणि ह्या उपस्थित या सभेत जे पेडणे हे थाळगळ गाव जो वाचोवपाक लागून तुम्ही पुढाकार घेतला खरोखरच हांव तुमचे कोटी कोटी प्रणाम करता. सगळ्यांत पयलीं मुख्य आणि प्रामुख्यान हांव आमदार प्रवीण आल्लेकर हेचे कौतुक आणि अभिनंदन करता. कारण त्यांनी स्वतः एक आमदार एक MLA म्हणून हांगासर एक हांगा येवना तर एक पेडणे गांव वाचोवपाक येयले हांगासर. हांव मागता पळोवन मोठे ताळ्यो अभिनंदन करता. आता गोष्ट म्हणल्यार ती सन्मानाची. हो सन्मान जो आसा हो पेडणेकारांक लागून न्हू. हो सन्मान जो आसा हो पेडणेकारांक परवडतो ना. हो सन्मान जो आसा हो भायल्या लोकांक आमच्या पेडण्यान नाचोवपाक. जो EDM जो म्हणटा पळय इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डान्स आणि जो म्युझिक जो ही आमचे बायलां भयणां हांगासर नाचपाक वचना हे अशें जाल्लेलें आहा. ह्या गोंयच्या मुख्यमंत्र्यान हो टुरिझम मिनिस्टर आणि हो मांद्रेचो आमदार हांव डायरेक्ट आरोप करता तेचेर. हे जे त्रिकूट आसा हो पेडणे गांव उद्ध्वस्त करपाक लागून हे अशें जालें की घर माझे आंगण माझे आणि लग्न कोणाचे भायल्या लोकांचे. हे पेडणे गांव हो आमचो आणि हे सन्मान कोणाक.
ही जी संधी आहा ती हरघडी आमच्या मेळिल्ली आसा की हो EDM म्हणजे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डान्स म्युझिक. हेतून ना म्हटलें तरी समज जगभराचे जे डान्सर असतात किंवा जे सिंगर असतात ते येतात आणि आपली थंय जी आसता ती कला सादर करतात. आणि ही कला आमकां पळोवपाक ना म्हटलें तरी ही EDM दुसऱ्या जाग्यार आसता तेन्ना आमकां हांगासून पयशे खर्च करून दुसऱ्या जाग्यार वयचें पडटा किंवा जे पासेस असतात काय असतात ते गोष्टी आमकां हांगा उपलब्ध जायना. पण ही संधी आमकां सरकारान ह्या वेळार हांगा भारतीय जनता पार्टी सरकारान आमकां संधी धारगळीन दिल्ली आसा आणि तेजो पुरेपूर फायदो हांगातल्या धारगळच्या लोकांनी घेवपाचो किंवा जी काय थंय एक संगीत कला आसा किंवा काय आसा हेचो उपभोग घेवपाचो. आनी दुसरी गोष्ट म्हणजे ही म्हाका दिसता आमची जी EDM हांगा आसा ती अंमली पदार्थ हांगा ना. कित्याक आमकां भारतीय जनता पार्टीच्या सरकारान पयलींच डिक्लेअर केल्लें आसा अंमली पदार्थ हांगा गोंयांत थारो ना. ताका लागून हांगा अंमली पदार्थ विरयत ही पार्टी आसतली किंवा ही जी काय जी हांगा EDM आसा ती अंमली पदार्थ विरयत आसता. दुसरी गोष्ट हे जे आमचे ड्रिंक्स आसा ते ड्रिंक्स हांगा काय नॉर्मल आसात गोंयांत. ते प्रत्येक ठिकाणीच हांगा बार आसा. पण हांगा ड्रिंक्साचें कितें आहा ते प्रत्येकाच्या हेचे प्रमाणे हांगा घडटा पण हांगा हे गोश्टी हांगा घडनात. दुसरी गोष्ट हांगा आमच्या धारगळीन जे काही यांच्यानी सांगले आमच्या झेडपीन मुद्दो मांडलो सर्वेक्षण कारापुरकार मुद्दे जे मांडले त्या प्रमाणे हांगा भुरग्यांका किंवा आमचे जे गाडी आसा टॅक्सी आमचे बंधू आसात तांकां जे काय हांगा भितर जे सामावून घेवपाचे आनी तेंचे जे काय मागणी आहा ते पूर्ण करपाचे.
The assault on Dr. Inacio Fernandez at the Anjuna Gram Sabha has highlighted the growing violence at Gram Sabhas, raising concerns about the safety of individuals addressing critical local issues. Violence in Gram Sabhas occur everywhere. Political activist Cecil Roderick said that there have been altercations in Taligaon Gram Sabha where the members have been pushed and attacked like in the Anjuna case. People feel scared coming to a Gram Sabha and it is very sad to hear that people are scared to go there, she added.
You know, this seems to be some kind of a trend in different Gram Sabhas. Sure. And there have been, and this is not an isolated incident, where people wanting to raise issues are are either roughed up or stopped or whatever be the case. I'm not getting into whether Dr. Inas had abused him before or not and what happened later. That is for the courts to decide. Let the law take its own course and decide. But the fact that Inas was roughed up is completely clear as far as video evidence is concerned. But anyway, let investigations happen. Cases have been filed, complaints have been filed, an FIR has been lodged as far as Dr. Inas's report is concerned. We'll get into it. But the larger issue of violence in Gram Sabhas, what do you have to say there?
I think so. This has been a constant thing that's been happening for every Gram Sabha. The main thing is, what are people's issues? Like, what we see, like especially if I take an example of our Taligaon, our fields are almost destroyed. Our hills are like, every time somewhere or the other there's a hill cutting happening or there's a new construction. Or recently we had, put to revoke a resolution which was passed where construction licenses, where Panchayat also is given NOC right in the middle of the field, where there is no road access.
Right.
So when this type of things we put in our letters, the Panchayat gets to know in advance. So when they get to know, they know that we are going to be raising certain issues like this. And they come with a forceful of people that, who don't know head or tail what is happening. about the village, but because I don't know whether they're getting paid for it or because, they want to show like majority or just whoosh us down, which has happened to me in the previous Gram Sabha where I was whooshed and booed when I was like raising up issues, even to, put a resolution saying that we don't want a 10-meter lane in our village. It's a village, keep it 6 meters, not more than that. For this type of things, this has been regular happening, and people fighting, people in Gram Sabha, or even in our Gram Sabha, we have had where Gram Sabha members have been pushed and attacked like this. This has come directly on, it has gone viral right now.
Right.
But during that time, our panchayat was not recording anything.
Right.
And we were self-recording, and that's how the whole process. But this is ridiculous that is happening in all our panchayats and Gram Sabhas because they want illegal activities to take place. They want, people, they want them to make money. Now, who is higher than them? Whether there is an MLA involved, whether there's a minister involved in, getting these things done, and they don't want citizens who come to Gram Sabha, raise these issues. Because we are talking for the betterment and the future of the villages.
But if the common man is interested in the village being protected,
Yes.
so then how do these people who rough you up or create problems, how do they manage to do it, especially if the village is united in favor of the village being protected?
See, the one thing is also that, you don't have a lot of citizens coming forward for Gram Sabhas. Now, if you see, we have a 30,000 voters in our
Right.
constituency.
Right.
And out of that, say around 15,000 are panchayat people.
Right.
How many people really turn up?
Right.
How many people are residents of, from the village who actually should come forward and participate? We are inviting doctors, we are inviting engineers, we are inviting educated people because we have seen even how a poor person can be harnessed and trashed,
Right. Sure,
and we
sure.
have to stand by them. You won't believe it. People get so scared to come to a Gram Sabha. It's like, amka naka yopa, then amka tras kotate.
This is a very important thing that you said. It's very sad to hear this.
But
that
this is what is happening.
if people are afraid to go to Gram Sabhas, then why are we talking about the 73rd Amendment and grassroots democracy?
Chief Minister Pramod Sawant flagged off a special transport service for Christian brothers and sisters from Sakli village to visit the relics of Saint Francis Xavier in Old Goa. The service will assist devotees in travelling to Old Goa until the exposition concludes on January 5th next year.
वचपा खातीर आमच्या साखळी आनी ह्या परिसरांतले सगळे लोक आमचे क्रिस्तांव भाव हांगा वचपा खातीर एक वेवस्था उपलब्ध करून दिवची जे एक्सपोजिशन दर 10 वर्सांनी जाता 5 जानेवारी पर्यंत आसा पुराय ह्या परिसरांतल्या लोकांक डेली तांकां वचपाक जाय आनी येवपाक जाय ताज्या खातीर ही बस वेवस्था हांव आमचो सोशल वर्कर बाब नील आनी साखळेंतलो आमचो फादर खास करून ह्या प्रोग्रामाक आमचो फादर पट्रिशिया ओल्ड गोवाच्यान हांगासर आयलो आमचे क्रिस्तांव भाव भयणी सगळीं जाणां मुद्दामून हांगासर आयली सदोदीत आमी म्हणटा की सगळ्या बऱ्या कामाक ते आमचे बरोबर आसता खातीर तेंच्याय बी एक्सपोजिशनाक वचपाची वेवस्था करपाच्या हातूंतल्यान आयच्यात आमी ह्यो बसी सुरवात करता हांव आमच्या सगळ्या भाव भयणी कडेन मागता की तांच्यांनी सेंट फ्रांसीस झेवियर हाचें दर्शन घेवपा खातीर साखळेंतल्यान येवपा वचपाची जी वेवस्था आसा तांच्यांनी आमचे जे कोऑर्डिनेटर्स आसात तांकां तांच्यांनी कॉन्टेक्ट करचें जे डेली हांगासल्यान व्हरप आनी परत हाडून पावप ही वेवस्था जी आहा ती 5 तारखेपर्यंत आसतली तांच्यान सगळ्यांनी ताजो लाभ घेवचो तुगेले तो सांग सगळें
आयज हांगासर आमी एकठांय जाल्या आयज ह्या इनिशिएटिव्हाक लागून आमचे सांखळेसान 2 बसी वयतल्यो सदांच ओल्ड गोवा जांकां वचून आमच्या सांत फ्रांसिसाची रेलिकेची जी वजणकोची आसा उमाम घेवचो आसा तांकां वचून बरी स्वागत जातली सगळ्यांच्या नांवान सीएमाक ह्या इनिशिएटिव्हाक लागून हांव देव बरें करूं म्हणटा आनी हाचो फायदो आमचो सांखळेचो लोक काडटलो आनी बरे भाशेन आपल्या भावार्थांनी वाडटले म्हूण आशा बाळगिता
आमचो बाब नील सदांच लोकांची वेवस्था करीत आसा पूण आमकां सीएमान ताका बरो पाठिंबा दिल्लो आसा आनी लोकांक थंयसर येवपाक सवलतीचे सोय केल्ली आसा तर आमी तांकां देव बरें करूं म्हणटा आनी तेच बरोबर आमच्या नीलाक आनी आमच्या फादरींकूय कित्याक ते कशे भशेन तांचो भावार्थ खोलांचो आनी एक्सप्रेशनच्या टायमार मागीर तुका संदी मेळिल्ली आसा तर ताणें ती घेतलेली आसा आनी सगळ्यांक जे बाकीच्या शहरांनी ते व्हरोंक ना पूण हांगसर सांखळीसून घडलेलें आसा तर हांव तांकां सगळ्यांक देव बरें करूं म्हणटा आनी तांचेर हांव ब्लेसांग मागता.
Velsaur residents have leveled serious accusation against the local panchayat, alleging that the Sarpanch has issued a no objection certificate to Rail Vikas Nigam Limited for the contentious railway double tracking project. The community has called for transparency and an explanation from the Panchayat as tensions around the project rise. This development has further fueled ongoing protests, with locals questioning the NOC's validity and its potential impact on the project and the region.
सांगतो म्हटल्यार ही लेटर्स घेवन हांव शॉक ओ आख्खे वेवसाय आमच्या लोकांक एक घात दिसो घात इन द सेन्स आतां ती बोवाळ मारताली सरपंचांनी सो कॉल्ड तेगेले जे गॉडफादर आहाय ते ऑलेन्सिओ आनी गोंयचो एक वोट म्हणटाय तो ते पॅनल तेंचे गोंयचो एक वोटाचो एक पंच आहा ती सरपंच जाला आनी ऑलेन्सिओ गेले दोन पंच आनी एक आहा तो इंडिपेंडंट गेलो आहा चार पंचान पॅनल केलो आहा ते म्हणटाले नो टू डबल ट्रॅकिंग जाल्यार तुमी 16 तारखेक मेयाचे 16 मे 2023 वचून तुमी RVNL कडेन मिटींग केली आनी RVNL कडेन मिटींग करून आसतना यू हॅव नॉट इन्फॉर्म VDC मेंबर्स दॅट इज विलेज डेव्हलपमेंट कमिटी तुमी इन्फॉर्म करूं ना आनी तुमी सगळे आख्खे प्रपोजल ते कडेन दवरले दॅट तुमकां सस्टेनेबल तुमकां हें जाय म्हूण डेव्हलपमेंट जाय म्हूण एंड वी आर नॉट अगेन्स्ट डेव्हलपमेंट म्हूण that means you are giving a green signal to a double tracking आणि डबल ट्रॅकिंग तुमकां जाय म्हूण तुमी हे लेटराचेर सारकें कोट्टा तुमी जे उलयता न्हू तें कोट्टा तुमी RVNL कडेन हें मागता आमचे रिटेनिंग वॉल मागता तुमी RVNL कडेन फिलिंग मागता RVNL कडेन स्टेप्स मागताय सो दॅट मिन्स ही सगळी काम केली जाल्यार तुमगेले डबल ट्रॅकिंग तुमी रेडी आहात RVNL कडेन तुमी 3 मीटर रस्तो मागला सो हेजेर कळोन येता की तुमकां डबल ट्रॅकिंग जाय एक कडेन देखून तुमी म्हणलो ना दॅट वी डोंट वॉन्ट डबल ट्रॅकिंग सो आय थिंक ते बोर्ड मारपा जाय ते बेश्टे येताय तिका बेश्टे लोकां मुखार काडटाय ते पिश्या काडटाय दे जस्ट वॉन्ट टू कम ऑन द मिडिया एट द व्हिडिओ एंड म्हाका दिसना पोक्या फार तेणी एक देखून लायफाक काम केलें म्हण सो फॉरगेट अबाउट सरान जी काम केलें न्हू ते सरा फुड्याक आमच्या अपोजीट सरा फुड्याक ते मातशें इल्लें देखून पावपा न्ही
सांगपा म्हण कितें आमी आतां मिटींग करीत आहाय इतू वर्सांनी मिटींग करता आमकां ट्रॅक डबल ट्रॅक नाक म्हूण पूण सडनली आतां कितें आयकूं येता कांय समना कितें जाता तें सगळो लोक घुस्पन आहा सगळे लोकांचे मायंड सगळे तेमी आतां हें डायवर्ट खंयच्यान डायवर्ट जालें कितें जालां कांय समना कोण मेजूं येता म्हणटाय कोण डिमार्केशन करूं येता म्हणटाय आनी आमी कितें करपा आतां आनी आमी लँड लॉक्ड हें हिंगा हावजीस इफ डबल ट्रॅक येयली जाल्यार आमी कितें करतलीं घरां सगळीं मोडपा आहाय आतां मोड वयतलीं कोणा फसतात घरां म्हूण लोकांची आं लोकांक आमकां वचपाचो हें वाट रस्तो ना रेल्वे ट्रॅका वयल्यान आमी कोण दुयेंत जाल्यार तांकां हॉस्पिटलांत वताय कितें करून वताय आमकां एक थिंग वॅन येना पयलीं सुवातेर आमकां एम्ब्युलन्स येना आमकां एक समज म्हणटा कितें कांयच हाडपा जायना एक गाडी हाडपा जायना एक दुयेंती कोणाक व्हरपाक सिंगल ट्रॅक आहा तीच हितू प्रॉब्लम जाताले आनी डबल ट्रॅक जावन कितें जाता आमचें वय थिंग रिटेनिंग वॉल बांदताय म्हूण आयकों येयलां खबर आसा आतां तें म्हाका अंडर RTI मागोवन जाय कितें तें वॉट इज द प्रॉब्लम आमकां कांय खबर ना एटलिस्ट तेमी मिटींग घेवपा जाय आसलोली डिस्कस करपाक दे कॅनॉट फायनलायज पंचायत कॅनॉट फायनलायज तेमी लोकांक विचारून जाय आसलो न्हू कितें जाल्यार विचारून आसता तुमी फायनल कोत्ताय अशें म्हूण आयकों येता सगळे कितें खंयच्यान रस्तो कोत्ताय कोणा इन दिताय वाट आनी तिन्या वाट दिताय कांय ना.
The growing menace of stray dogs in Ponda has raised significant concerns about local residents who believe the issue poses a greater threat than that of stray cattle. Locals report alarming incidents of stray dogs chasing pedestrians and cyclists, leading to bites and in some cases serious accidents, particularly affecting senior citizens and children. The residents claim that stray dogs are one of the reasons for the rise in accidents in the state.
तुम्ही पळयता आसतले की फक्त खांडेपार फोंड्यानूच न्ही जर गोंयभर स्ट्रे डॉग्स जे आहा पळय न्ही हेंचो नुयसन्स खूब जाल्लो आसा आनी मेन म्हणजे कितें तेंगेले बसपूच रस्त्यार ताका लागून व्हेकल रायडर आसा पळय न्ही ते खूब फावटी कन्फ्यूज जाता आनी जे स्ट्रे डॉग्स आहा पळय न्ही एक वन ऑफ द रिजन फॉर एक्सिडंट एक तर तांकां कोणे तरी पयलीं गाडी लायल्ली आसा समजा एक तांबडी गाडी आसा केन्ना ती त्या कुत्र्याक मोकलेली आसा जाल्यार तांकां तांबडी गाडी दिसली न्ही की ते गाडये फाटल्यान लागता आनी ते कुत्र्या पाटून सुटका करपा लागून तो 2 व्हिलर आसता पळय न्ही तो एक तर फास्ट चलयता नाल्यार आबूज जावन खंय तरी दुसऱ्याक मोकता हेका लागून एक्सिडेंटल केसीस एक वन ऑफ द रिजन वाडपाक ताका लागून कशें आसा हे स्ट्रे डॉग्स आहा पळय न्ही हांकां इम्पाउंड करपाची गरज आसा. सरकारान एक फुडाकार घेवचो. म्हाजी मागणी आसा सीएमा कडेन की सरकारान फुडाकार घेवन एक खंय तरी गव्हर्मेंट जर लँड आसा खंय तरी जाल्यार तांकां व्हडलें फेन्सिंग करून तांकां सगळ्यांक ते सोडपाचें. एनिमल लवर्स खूब जाण आसा जाल्यार पिपल्स ऑन एनिमल्स आसा NGO आसा तेंच्यांनी तेंच्या बरोबर MOU सायन करून जर तेंच्यांनी जर हे सगळें तांकां दिलें जशें गायो जश्यो स्ट्रे कॅटल जश्यो इम्पाउंडींग करून गोशाळेक दिता तशेंच हांगाय बीन हेंचें इम्पाउंडींग जावचें स्ट्रे डॉग्साचें आनी तांकांय खंय तरी एका सेफ एका जाग्यार सगळ्यांक दवरचें. डोनेशन दिणारे खूब जाण आसा तांकां जर खाण्या पिण्याचें जर कितें हें जाता जाल्यार डोनेशन दिवपी खूब जाण लोक आसा. फक्त हो प्रश्न सुटपाक जाय ताका लागून खंय तरी सीएमान फुडाकार घेवचो आनी हे स्ट्रे डॉग्साचो जो विशय आसा तो खंय तरी एक तडेक लावचो ही म्हाजी मागणी आसा. रातचें बीन तेच जाला म्हणजे तेंचे जे स्ट्रे डॉग जे आहा पळय न्ही ते मेनली रोड कसो रोड दीसभर वताक गरम जाता आनी तांकां जो क्लायमेट जाय पळय न्ही मातशी गरमी जी जाय पळय न्ही ती सारकी तांकां रस्त्यार मेळटा म्हणून ते रस्त्यारूच बसलेले असता.
As many as 401 Agniveer soldiers completing their training at the 6th Training and Transmit Regiment military camp in Ponda. This event marked the graduation of the 4th batch of Agniveers, celebrating their successful completion of rigorous training with a total of 1,771 Jawans having passed out from the prestigious institution. It is a moment of immense pride for the Agniveers, their families and the nation.
1,771 Jawans completing their painstaking training have passed out with flying colours from the Training and Transit Regiment (TTR) military camp, Ponda. The parade was reviewed earlier in the morning by Brigadier Harsh Bhatia, Commandant of 2 Signal Training Centre. The Agniveers underwent 21 weeks of intensive advanced military training, which combined theoretical knowledge with practical instruction. The training was designed to equip them with the essential skills and expertise required to become proficient warriors. The passing out parade not only celebrated the Agniveers' accomplishments but also symbolized the beginning of their journey in the Indian Army.
In a major crackdown, Mandre police dismantled a prostitution racket operating in Arambol, arresting Sharmeen Sheikh, alias Maria, a 42-year-old woman from Ahmedabad in Gujarat. The accused is alleged to have procured women from outside Goa, forcing them into prostitution and profiting from the activities through her clients.
On 29 November 2024, during a routine patrol near Arambol Junction at around 9 p.m., Mandarim police received credible information about Sharmeen Sheikh, alias Maria, allegedly engaging in prostitution activities near the Arambol parking area. Acting swiftly, the police, assisted by ARZ NGO, conducted a raid and rescued 2 women from West Bengal, aged 25 and 34, from Hotel Lakshmi House in Arambol, pair name. Both victims were immediately lodged in the protective home, Apna Ghar, Merses. A case was registered under Mandarim PSCR number 85/2024 and relevant sections of the Immoral Traffic Prevention Act 1956. Sharmeen Sheikh was arrested for her involvement in procuring and coercing women into prostitution and profiting from these activities. The operation was executed by PI Sharif Jacks and his team under the supervision of SP North, Akshat Kaushal, and guided by SDPO pair name Ashish Shirodkar. Further investigation into the case is underway.
The Holy Spirit Church in Margao resonated with devout observance on Saturday as the first Salve and Novena of Our Lady of Immaculate Conception commenced with profound religious reverence. The feast will be held on 8th of December.
The Holy Spirit Church in Margao resonated with devout observance on Saturday as the first Salve and Novena of Our Lady of Immaculate Conception commenced with profound religious reverence. The feast will be held on 8th December 2024.
That's all we have in today's bulletin. Thanks for watching Herald TV News. For more news and alerts, please follow us on O Heraldo on Facebook, YouTube and X. Take care and goodbye.